farther ahead. So this year, yeah, we're in the new year. We haven't had one super cold day, but then again, we're Texas. We're weird like that. There he is.
Good,
What up, Bob?
good morning.
Morning. Good morning, Jefe.
El Jefe.
Man, long time no talk.
Oh yeah, how's things been?
I don't know. Somebody keeps sending me scary videos, jump scaring me and stuff.
I wonder who that could be. Who would ever send a scary?
Who would do that, bro? I saw one. I was about to send it to you this morning, and then I figured hit the wrong button on Facebook, and it like scrolled back to the top. I was man.
Oh
Yeah, messed it all up. I don't know where to find it down.
Look at this freaking Titan. Look at this Titan right before the news earlier today.
Yes.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I know, man. I jumped. I jumped so bad whenever I saw that video.
Yeah, it's because you sent it to me, so I'm like super into it. Like, what's he showing me?
Yeah,
and then
important.
Yeah, must be important. Hell no, it's trying to scare me real quick. Okay, all right.
That's
I see what kind of friends we are. I got you.
Yeah.
Ken, you're not sharing your screen yet if you're trying.
Oh shoot. Turn on camera, turn off.
Pretty slow start to the morning.
What do we get? What kind of a start have we gotten so far?
Like nothing. Look at it. It didn't do anything.
Well, we just broke this high, swept this high just earlier. That was on that news candle. So we'll see what happens there. We've got my key focus areas right now are going to be up above the high. Basically, I was thinking more the high and the low of the day, but I could see what the market did right at open. Now it swept that low right here. Swept this little low. I was driving. I was gonna try to see if I could get in that, but I couldn't figure out a way to do it. I've got to go into Tradeovate and set that up. But yeah, this was probably the highest quality trade right straight out of the bat this morning. Just a clean sweep right there. Couple opportunities to get in on a wick. Outside of that, no Titans yet. Let's see what gold did. What? Gold and NASDAQ literally looks the exact same. That's weird. Gold hadn't done much either, so gold opened up. Oh, okay. I'm hoping people get ready here on school. Okay. Yeah, I am working on a little thing about to release here. I put some details inside of the mentorship thing yesterday, but I got this little thing I've been working on. I actually already uploaded this to beta, but you can see so out of all of our signals, we've gotten, if y'all were watching this one I mentioned yesterday, we already hit a TP on this one here. And this is the one that I'm kind of messing around with because it's more of a market execution style strategy. I can make it track the stats a lot better and a lot easier. Look, here's yesterday's high, I believe, that we're hitting yesterday. I mean, we've already been higher than this today, but this is yesterday's high. But anyway, yeah, so I'm running that. I'm going to start watching it, but you can see I've added like a little thing to track trade history over time. Just a quick little way to see what you're working with based on the settings that you have. I've added like some trade plan options to it, like using a trade plan, max trade, session filters, risk to reward. That way you can kind of adjust things and see if you can come up with a strategy that makes sense, and then yeah. So that's in beta. I'm gonna update it today for everyone. Let's see what we got here. This is NASDAQ. This is a 30-second.
That the one that says speed rates?
Speed, yeah, that one right there. It doesn't look like this yet. Right now it's really, really basic. It just has the lines. I just did all these updates yesterday. Yeah, so I'll push the update today and I'm gonna upload a video. it's worth checking out. I wouldn't have put enough work into it if I didn't see some opportunity. One thing I like a lot about it is some of these trades have really, really good risk to reward on them. Lots of trading happening right up here at this level. Let's see. I'm watching. So you see, I've got kind of big. Again, remember what we talked about yesterday. Where did I talk about that? I think I talked about this mainly on the web. Yeah, on the webinar. Remember, if you see big buyers, you just need to ask yourself, look, if you see big buyers, meaning that these were market buys, just remember that also means that there was a presence of sellers that was here and ready to sell. So instead of always looking at it and being like, whoa, look at the buyers, delta, remember, what's happening here, and that if there were buyers that were ready to smash the button at that time, or were forced to smash the button at that time, just remember there were already sell limits ready and waiting here, just hanging out, ready and waiting. So you just make sure you're shining the spotlight on the right party. Is it really the buyers? See, everyone looks at Delta and says, wow, look at those buyers. But once that's only letting you know who is aggressive. You need to see how the market reacts to it, and then I just clicked a button on accident. And once you find out who, once you see the market react, then you can, see what it does. But look, we just got another one of those trades. This is what I'm talking about right here, that speed and rates. It just hit a TP too. So that's 2 of those this morning. And these are simple. When it triggers, you enter. So if it puts a label there, you press sell instantly. You don't wait for pending orders or anything. Look at that.
So not when the candle closes, but when the arrow pops up.
When the candle closes,
Okay.
I always
little line.
I always make it show like a little preview first, and then I'll make it show a preview first, and then I will, that way it's happening while the candle is developing. And then once it develops and the candle closes, that's when it's like locked in, it's locked in. Just remember that, during development, you might see that triangle flash on and off. I also changed it where at a glance, you can see if it won or lost. So if the triangle is green, it won. If it's red, it lost. So like if you look over.
And you've been watching this on the 30-second, right? Not the
I've
1
been
minute.
It's weird, man. I've been watching it on the lower time frames, and I
Yeah.
seem to like it better on the lower.
Gotcha.
I don't know why, but it's weird. But look, see, like here you can see we had 3 trades total, but 2 of them were wins, and we had 2 trades. So this one was a sell, but you see it won, so it's a green. This one was a buy, and it did not quite hit the TP. It got close, but didn't hit it. It came back around, and so it hit red. I mean, it hit the stop loss, so it turned it red. But something I also noticed I'm going to start paying attention to as like an offset is that I noticed, because of the nature of this indicator, that a lot of times if it hits stop loss and then comes back around later, and like within, obviously not like a day later, but if it hit the stop loss and then curves around, in other words, you were right, but you were early, and then it comes back around and it hits the entry, I've seen a lot, like too many to count, where you could actually just take the trade the second time at the same parameters, and you could actually offset the loss. And it's just strictly because, well, I mean, that has been based on me just scrolling back and looking. Like, and you see, I just showed you that one, and then here's another one here. So as many as I could scroll back and look. I don't know if it's a good strategy long term, but again, you see this one won, this one won, this one lost. So you would have triggered, instantly went to stop loss, but then instantly came back to entry, and then it never hit stop loss again, and ultimately went up to the TP. So it was right on the direction, but it just did this little sweep first. And of course, if you'll use, this is another thing. So I know how people will use it. They're just going to go crazy with it, whatever. But if you actually look at this and pay attention at key areas like, like, okay, we just broke a high. Let's see if this is a fake break, right? And then, we happen to get a signal. That obviously is going to be a pretty high probability signal. So already just by itself, it does pretty good. But, there's ways I see that we could improve it. Oh, we got another winner. Look at that, man. See, this is best way to prove it right here. So three trades, 3 winners. We had won this trade here. We won this trade up at the top, and then we just won this trade right here. I'll go ahead and push this version that I'm using out to you guys so you can start watching it through like right now. You're just not going to have a video for it yet. So look at all these settings. Don't either just literally do not use them right now. Like, there's no reason to ask questions about these settings until I make the video about them, but they are pretty self-explanatory. You take profit. How many trades do you want to track? Do you want to do it during a specific time? If so, you use the session filter. Do you want to turn max trades on or off? If you turn it on, this is your max trades. This is your max wins. This is your max losses. Trade plan, on or off. Net wins. So stop at net wins or stop at net losses. It'll just, let's say if you're using it during a specific session and you want to apply a trade plan to it, you can click these 2 buttons. And then during that time, it will stop when it's at either, net this or net that. It'll just keep delivering trades until you hit either your max loss or your max profit. Preview mode. I'm probably going to get rid of this panel. I did this for like testing, but I don't know. It's very hard to determine if this is 100% accurate or not. What I wanted to do is I was looking at results like this is pretty good to me. This is the way I look at things. I know some of you guys are a lot more greedy than I am, so maybe this doesn't make you happy, but it makes me happy. I go back to the beginning of the chart, wherever that is. Okay, so here's the beginning of the chart, and I'll look at where it started tracking trade. So, I'd have to extend it. Hold on. I'd look at it and I would look at let's try to do something here. I'm going to click some buttons. Okay, so for example, like this, if I put the trade plan on, I'm on a 30-second chart. And again, I go to the beginning of the chart here. Now, I know I wouldn't catch every single one of these trades, but what I did was I went back as far as time would go. Okay, as far as time would go, which in this case is only January 1st because I'm on a 30-second chart. So that gives me a total of 54 trades. All right, 54 trades and about 2 weeks worth of data. If somehow I managed to take every single trade, I would be up 195 points right now. So 195 points. Hold on. Wait, I'm pulling something up here. Okay, so now I'm looking at that cumulatively over time. Let's just say I did exactly this. I was able to execute this strategy perfectly, and I ended with 195 total points. If I caught all 195 of those points here, I'll give you an example here. Draw it out. I'm shortcutting the internet here, so just bear with me. All right, so this is just simple math. All right, if I did 195 contracts, I mean, if I did, that'd be nice. 195 points on one contract, that's $3,800 profit, right? So that'd be $3,800. If the math is math in here, and I mean, it wouldn't take a lot to double check everything, but however many, one contract times the points. Y'all can do the math. I just asked ChatGPT to do it. So as long as ChatGPT is correct, then this is correct. And so you can see the totals, right? Now, what I'm about to say is multiply that times 20 accounts, right? And so a little bit of an edge like this. Yeah, a lot of people they're looking for way bigger points, way bigger results than that. But that's money to me. That's easy. 2 weeks worth of work, bare minimum, one contract that's 3,800. You know, you got your other accounts. I could see some opportunity there. So that's why I'm sending this out with all of these settings available. That way you guys, I'm not saying that I've got the absolute best trade plan or idea. I've pretty much only checked during the New York time, and oddly enough, I've seen this thing perform really good in the afternoon, believe it or not. So, you know, so for some of you guys, some of you afternoon traders, people that are, you know, trading outside of work or something like that, this might be a viable option for you, because a lot of the results that I've done, I'm like tweaking the settings around. I'm like, yeah, this looks good. That looks good. I look at it, and then it's like, you know, I think it looks good during, you know, New York session, but then I change some settings and I check it in the afternoon, or I turn off. For example, I just barely get it to work in the New York session, and then I just turn the filter off like this. Like, just turn that little filter off there, and let it trade outside of the New York session, and just basically start trading after market reset, like right here and onward, for like 10 or however many trades. And it does great right there too. So, you know, I don't know what's going to be the absolute best, but they're there. That's crazy. The old version versus the new. I'll update this completely later. Okay, it's updated, so you guys can go. You guys can go and update that now. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that was a pretty massive upgrade to that indicator. Looking at the old version compared to this
Good
one.
morning.
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody. I
Top
can
of the
listen
morning.
in. I really can't trade today because my service ain't the best.
What are you out in the
So,
crunchy?
yeah, I'm at the new building
Okay.
and at my job. So they ain't got nothing going on in it, and the service is just, I can barely get on this call. It took me about 20 minutes to get on.
Dang.
Yeah. I loaded my charts up and they still ain't loaded up. So I ain't traded the last couple of days.
You ain't missing too much. I mean, we've had a couple really obvious outside trades here, like, you know, outside range. We've got a really nice range running right now, so it's pretty obvious where the, you know, where the outside levels are. So, you know, if you get a chart pulled up, just pull it up and mark the obvious. You'll already see the fake breaks. I mean, it's pretty obvious where they're working the edges today. So I'm just waiting for another opportunity to get in here. Might be a quick day.
I see it. I just gave a winner.
Wait, what just gave a winner? Okay.
The Titan.
Yeah, I got one on gold. I see it right here, and let's see.
Hey Ken, I just got here. What were you just talking about? Update on what indicator? What I kind of missed it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's this one right here. This is you guys have access to it. It's under your it's in beta box right now, but you can go in and um look in beta box and then add this to your set of indicators, and you can add it on here. I don't have a video for it yet, but it just, it's pretty simple. It has alerts. I don't know how well they work yet, but it has alerts. You turn them on, it will start to flash a little green arrow. Like if you're watching the candle right here, if a signal is about to appear, if you have alerts turned on, you're going to get a preview signal, and right now it actually says preview flashing, and it's like a warning, like, hey, this candle may set up with a valid signal. If it closes with a valid signal, meaning the arrow is still there, then it's going to print the entry, stop loss, take profit. The entry is always going to be that candle's closing price. So think of it this way. If you are getting ready to take an entry and you're watching it and you're like, all right, the green arrow's there, I'm ready, then hold on one second. What's up, Grayson? All right, sorry, my son was leaving for school. Yeah, you just load it on your chart, and it's pretty simple. I mean, I obviously, what I want to do is I want more people to get on and start using it and giving me some feedback, and then I'll do the other stuff. Like if people are using it and say, hey, I like this or whatever, then of course I'll add contract sizes and things like that to it. I just need to figure out how we're going to use it, because it prints a lot of signals. Like if I get rid of all the filters here and I just get rid of that, like you'll see. I mean, not too. It's like it's not horrible or anything, but I mean, yeah, you wouldn't say that this looks too bad, because literally this morning it has been. And these are all 1-to-1. So we had a winner, 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 and a loser during news. So there's been a majority of winners all this morning. So you wouldn't mind that, but there are losers, right? Like if you go in here, and let me just go to a spot where there's like tons of trades, like somewhere in here. Winner, 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 loser, winner. Okay, so like, could this sale have been avoided? Things like that. Like that's what I can do all this myself, and I can go through and I can try to come up with things, but you guys, honestly, it works a lot better when you guys work with me on it, because it's a whole lot easier when you get a bunch of eyes on here. If we got a bunch of people looking at it and watching it, then then that'll make it a whole lot easier. And so I know me and my personal style of trading. Normally when prices are breaking lows, I'm looking for buys. You know what I mean? So I'm normally looking for buys. So maybe you could skip maybe you could. Oh, this is a buy. Yeah, so I would have bought this. I would have bought this. This would have been fine. I would have bought this, but I would have lost it. Um, and then a little tiny sale comes in that was the winner. So, however, whatever, you know what I mean? So just see how we can make it better. There's another winner right here, man. This thing's on fire this morning. This just set up right at the low. And every single trade I meant to take this morning, I missed while explaining this indicator. I gotta get the thing pulled up. I missed the first push into here. The second, now I missed the third push into there. I'm gonna get the next one.
Okay, we don't need to adjust anything on the settings since you already did the updates, right? So we're good on that.
Right. You don't need to adjust anything.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see what this thing does right here. I'm watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm watching too.
I would like to see it just kind of dip below right fast. See, I could have already been in and out of that.
Yeah. It went down to that little demand area and pushed back up. It looked like it's going back down there again.
I'm gonna wait for it to make a new low somewhere. It's already down here. I'm just gonna wait for it to do something. This is the third touch. Like, look, I didn't get it on this one. I didn't get it on this one. These were two perfect style trades. And then the fact that I didn't get this when this was like kind of a freebie and the third touch, and the fact that I didn't trade this little retest. I'm now I'm gonna wait until it, like this right here. Now I'll start looking.
That was a 1 minute Titan that was in too. The one.
Oh, 1 minute Titan just broke out of there. Where am I? Okay. I'm gonna organize my charts later today. I gotta get more organized. All right, we are back to prior news levels. All right. Are we gonna go all the way down? That's crazy. I said I wanted to trade either here or here. It failed to go there, which that blows my mind. But the fact that it ran all the way up to there and didn't go up to there really makes me think that we're gonna come down here, sweep the lows, and by the end of the day end up back up there again. That's just like how it likes to do it. I mean, it's like, talk about clearing out the market right here. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy. I just took a quick little scalp. I chickened out on it. I messed it up, but it was about to be my trade for the day, but it turned to a quick scalp right off that 900 level. Price just dropped down to, so price just dropped right down to 900, reversed off of it. I got in on the wick of this 1 minute candle here. I mean, I got in at freaking 911 and I was gonna hold it back up till 925, but I put my TP there, but then like price had already touched it and then it didn't do anything. So I kind of freaked out and I just started pressing close. I started pressing close. That's all I could think to do. And by the time it closed everything out, I was not up as much as I
had got in at 909. There wasn't a signal on that reversal on that indicator too on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I just got in on it too. Yeah, I just got a quick 230 out of it real quick on that indicator.
I got 245.
Wait, you guys are already making money on that new indicator?
Yeah, man.
I just got in on red zone. I was taking it because it swept that low too. So, and there was that signal. So
look at this. Every single signal won this morning. That's 1, 2,
Man, look at that.
3, 4, 5, 6, and they're just smacking, bro.
Yeah, I should have wrote it up to TP, but when I seen 230, man, I just jumped. I closed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I did. So I saw 245. I just closed it.
Man,
only $50 more.
See, and this is another thing I want to play around with is like I've noticed something that when this indicator pops up at the same time as a zone, right? So like I'm thinking essentially add the same volume filters that the volume zones have. So, that way, I would basically just make it only draw the signal if the same volume parameters are available. It would get rid of a ton of signals. So I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, it would literally it would actually get rid of this signal, that signal, this signal, that signal. It would actually get rid of a lot of them, but I would be curious to see what would be left. What would be left out of all of that? The only ones that have a significant amount of volume stuff. I don't know. I'll play around with it. More we use it, and more feedback I get on it, the more I'll develop it. Like always. That's cool. That's cool. Y'all already loaded it up, and made some money, because that was a nice trade right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in beta.
It's in beta testing right now, yeah, and it's super simple. I mean, you see how easy it is.
You just go there and favorite it, and then I can see it in my list.
Yep. And then I'll probably end up doing what I normally do is I'll develop a little bit, and then I'll add it to to your invite only scripts sooner or later.
Oh, it's not an invite only now.
Not right now, yeah.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, can you helping us get closer to the goal, Ken? That's all. We appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. That's
Is
what
it
it's all
called
about.
speed rates?
Yeah,
Is it called speed rates?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I need I need name suggestions. Let's come up with a name for it. Needs to be something cool.
Tokyo Drift.
Oh, I just realized the funniest. I can't talk about this here. I forgot I'm on the internet. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys a funny story later when we're not on the internet. Basically, when I'm not on like Facebook or the whole internet. Inside of our Discord, we're safe, but I would definitely not forget to tell y'all. Okay. All right, see, there's a trade setting up right here. This is what it looks like when it's getting ready to set up, where you'll have the little triangle. And then, and if that triangle is there by the time, the candle closes. Hold on, wait a minute here. I looked away for a second. It closed and it already did its thing. That was super tiny. So this one would not have worked right here. But luckily, this was like our tiniest trade this morning. This was 3 points. So we won 26 points on that one. And for losing 3 points on that, I could take it. And that's another thing I could also do is I can add a filter. What I've done in the past is I've always filtered things by size, but because we have so many different, gold and micros and ES and NASDAQ, one thing that I've been doing that seems to work a little bit better is I can do it by ATR, and then that way it's always like, it's always relevant to current price action. So if something, for example, let's say if something is 0.5% lower than ATR, then that means it's pretty not moving, right? Like in other words, like, a setup this size would get filtered out because it's just too small. Or I could even just add filters like I only want setups that are 5 points or bigger, or 10 points or bigger. And when you make those changes, it would reflect right here on the table.
So an indicator, how do we, let's say I got an older version of the speed rate divergence trades indicator, because mine seems to look different than yours. How do I reformat or format and reinstall this kind of. Test.
Oh, I was
Ken's
talking.
muted, but
I was talking to you. I was just.
there should be 3 little icons on the side of if you click on the indicator. You see like the 3 little circle dot.
Yeah.
Click on those, and then you should find updates subscription number in that list. Just click on that.
There it is. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and sorry, I was trying to answer you, but my mic was muted. So, yeah, exactly that right there. And if for some reason if you don't see that little refresh icon or something like that, a lot of times if you just reload your trading view, like turn it off, turn it on, type of thing, it will work for you. It'll, like you'll end up seeing right up here in this little corner, like in the corner here, you'll see those little, it's like a little purple thing. I don't know if he had mentioned that or not, but you should see the update option. All right, are we going to go push below there or what? Give me a swing here.
Yeah, I wonder how far we're going to go down today too before it turns around and comes back up to touch that opening range.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking we go down there into this area. We haven't broken any like significant lows or anything. Retesting kind of like Asian session high right now. Oh, that Titan didn't work. I think. Yeah, it just barely wicked up. Oh, it did hit the TP. I didn't notice that. So if you got in it right away and all that good stuff, then you went right straight to it. Old POC is at like kind of our next big volume area is at 890. And let's see. What I say? I said 890. And this is all the way. Yeah, 890 is right below the current low. Yeah. Yeah, right below the current low is the old POC. It's gonna have to come down here. I feel like it makes so much sense for price to come right, at least right down in there, right? We gotta go somewhere. You can't just stay here. Yeah, and then that would be crazy to see this whole thing happen today. But let me see. This is 26,000. This really isn't that much space. I know it looks crazy, but that's just the market. See, it's so tricky with the volatility. We talk about the volatility a lot, and how it looks. And this is a perfect example. I mean, but the distance between here, up here, this is basically 26,000. And this is 100 points away. We're 100 points away. This whole move is really only 100 points. We've seen 60.1 minute candles. Like that is how crazy different the market can look from day to day. And if you're not ready with your risk management in place, man, you're gonna get screwed because because look at that whole range is 100 points, and sometimes we show up and one little 1 minute candle is 60 points. That's crazy to me. So could you imagine the space, like and the distance? Normally you could drag a micro, like you could literally drag a micro across this whole range and not even be affected. Oh, we went down there and hit that
Mm-hmm.
that spot. Right to the tick, right to what did I say? 900? I mean 890. And then the next area below that is 80. And that's where I'm kind of like watching and seeing if price will come down. Like into this area. It barely it wicked right below those, but that's not enough. That's not enough, guys. Make them pay. And we got 875. That's where all the rest of the stuff is at. I'm going to get rid of this chart right here for now. I'm not sure, but I think it's lagging me a little. Got a big sell limit on NASDAQ chasing price down, absorbing buyers. It just got filled. Let's see what it looks like. Was it filled or was it removed? I think it was filled. Oh man, my trading view is about to close down. I didn't mean to do that. Trying to close one tab. All right, I'm out of mine. I was gonna take it down to 75 or whatever that next level, that 80. I was gonna take it to 80, but it's literally at, there it goes. Here she goes. To the tick, touches our little box here. Hi. All right, guys, it's getting interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Once we go below here, I'm telling y'all, there's a really good chance we're gonna find a buy opportunity here. Depends on how smart you want to be, how patient you want to be. If you want to do something real smart, you guys, what I would do right now is like, okay, obviously we all want to make money, but try to wait so long that you may miss the trade, right? You might just miss the trade. Try to wait until everything has happened and you have that feeling, damn, I missed the trade, right? Because by that point, everything should be clear. Your invalidation point should be clear. Every single thing should be very, very clear as to why you want to take the trade and where your invalidation points are. You should literally feel like, oh, I just missed this trade. And maybe you did miss the trade, but you're going to have a bias and you're going to observe price.
Yeah, she's downstairs.
Hold on, I got to
Hot
figure out.
mic somebody.
Okay.
No. I can't tell who it is because something's going on.
muted.
Mine. Okay.
Yeah, we got another entry setting up on that indicator.
Okay. So, oh yeah, I bet it is. I can see that. Weird. Well, whatever, so that's, let me look at this. Let me look at this stuff. I don't know. So I've got to look at my numbers for the day. I can see where I'm at before I take another trade. So I got to do that first. I might as well do it. But yeah. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. where I'm at right now.
Yeah, breaking structure
So now,
right there.
like I said, you guys, if you want to fight this thing, look, it's either going to turn around on the dot right here, right now, or it's not. And so you can either start fighting it and trying to get in early and trying to do this, trying to do that, or you could just sit, watch, and be patient. The POC just shifted down here on NASDAQ, on micro, whatever it's called. And just be patient and watch it. The worst that happens, you observe the market turn around while you expected it. We want to see a change between sellers to buyers right here. So, so that's what I'm looking for. And if you find a low risk opportunity, something you're fine with, you could take a stab at it. Obviously, it shouldn't go lower. If it goes lower, then it's not going down. And that is your invalidation point. And you don't need to give it a lot of room underneath there either, because it's almost like, all right, you give it more room, you're just going to end up risking more. And it ends up costing more when you could just keep your stop loss where it should be, get out of the trade and re-enter the trade if it gives you a new opportunity, because obviously it's making a new low, so you should be looking for a new flush candle. I'm not in the trade right now. I'm watching. I've seen buyers come in, decent volume, not anything like crazy. I might try to pop in if it comes down to like 845, because that gives me like literally $100 trade. Oh man, we have to wait. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday. Like, if you'll try to kind of watch and wait until you can see something that has to happen, like trapped buyers or trapped sellers, it's so much easier to look at it and watch it and analyze it when you're not in a trade. Where you can actually say, okay, I can see, yep, there's some trapped sellers, and then there's, buyers. We got a new low. New low. Remember, this happened yesterday, same thing.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
So I'm trying to use that indicator that you're talking about. So I went to TradingView, right?
All right.
Maybe I'm not doing something right.
Oh.
I'm trying to get it on here. Morning. Good morning. I'm sorry, I'm at work, so.
That's all right.
But I don't did my 3 trades. I'm not doing no more trading.
Oh, you all done? All right. Well, all you got to do for that indicator is go into beta testing. That beta testing is on, it's in Discord, right? And so if you'll go to beta testing, and then once you get in there, then all you need to do is go to, you click on the speed rates indicator, and then it'll open up, and then you're somewhere in there, you're going to see a button that says add to favorites. You just want to add that to favorites, and then it'll be on your trading view.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Add favorites. Okay.
If you add it, you might have to sign back out and sign in.
Oh yeah.
Let's see it update.
True.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
If you need help more, just let me know, and I will help you.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone hop in that? Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to get out of this thing. Hold on a second.
All right.
Get out. This is not. Let me go.
It gave a pretty nice little. I mean, you would have had to front run it, but it went directly down to 825, like to the tick, and then turned and and ran up. So depending on where, how, or if you got in it, I mean, there was when it broke that low, that last low, it only went down 2 points, 3 points below it. So if you saw that, and then when it started to come back up, if you took that, you could have ended up with like a 4-point setup. It was like a $75 risk, and then it went up and made something like 400. Let me see. Yeah, 350. There's another new low. So now, if for anyone else, what I would do is, like, if you're doing the patient route where you're really watching and waiting, just remember how the structure of price goes down, right? It's like this. So a lot of times it'll give you a clue that first time that it breaks the structure, which right now looks like this, right? As long as this is the current low. If this goes down and makes a new current low, then we'll move it to the next obvious swing point. But I watch these swing points like this, and okay, so at some point, sooner or later, price is going to come up here and it'll touch the obvious structure point. People call it different things nowadays, but yeah, I've always called it a break of structure. This is just a BOS structure. Now change it this and change it that and all that. But anyway, boom. Once it touches this and shows you I can go higher, a lot of times it will touch that, dip back in, and there's your entry right here. And then you can enter it just like that. So you could buy it here, you can put it there, and then your TP is right back at the old structure. Or if you trying to go longer, you can try and trail it. This is exactly why I said, just if you'll be patient and if you'll wait. See, if y'all are trying to buy this right now and you're losing, it's because you didn't do what I said to do. I said wait until you feel like you missed the trade. And that means that we should see it. We should see it, right? You're either going to be early right now and you're scalping, and like there's profit in this candle. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you just decided I'm going to buy the open of this candle, then you're up $270, $300 right now, $400 just in that candle alone, right? There's opportunity in these candles to do this, but you have to be early and you have to be good at taking low risk trades. And you have to also understand that if you take 2 or 3 losers that are all $100 a piece, just because they're all $100 a piece, just remember that if you were planning on trying to make $300, $400, that this is going to eat into a lot of those losses are going to eat into a lot of your profit. So so being early is great, but take it from me, because I trade these a lot, and I've ended up in the situation where I'm like, buy it, buy it, buy it, and I just I've learned at this point. I mean, one, wait for it to show up in Delta, and this entire time you look at Delta, and Delta has been dropping the entire time. Look, I'll show you. Let me show you. This is my view. This is what I'm watching. It's right here. So I'm watching Delta. And I'm asking myself, who's controlling the market right now? Well, price is moving down, starting to see a little bit of buying pressure coming in right here. It's like the first time we're really seeing something. So now, price coming back into here. Maybe we start looking for that entry. What would be really good is to, at this point, see some. It's going to be your safe entry. If you do that on every single trade, you're going to spend a little bit more chart time, but you're going to have really high quality trades. And then we got the Titan. Titan setting up right here too, isn't it? Let's see, why is it not showing up? There's that candle, there's that candle. Why is a Titan not showing up here, guys? We got bullish, bearish. I don't know.
What time frame? I got a Titan setting up on mine.
Right. Is something wrong with my chart here? Hold on. Oh, are you on MNQ?
Ah, right. See what you did? MNQ.
All right. So I'm still trying to figure this out though a little bit. Like, why is I'm looking at this? We have a bullish candle and then a bearish candle. Oh, it's because this should have showed up as a pending order. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure it knows what it's doing. like I really wouldn't mind selling this Titan signal down to like right below the lows or right to the low. I'm just not totally convinced I'm not totally convinced that it is done going down yet. Just because I don't see I see the buying coming in, and I mean I do see it holding up a little bit. It might be ready to buy, but if it starts building a range, it's definitely going to sweep lows one more time before going back up higher. It's not just gonna it's not just gonna drop all the way down here and then start to consolidate for a little bit and then say, okay, let's go up. It's gonna, if it drops down to here, it either rejects immediately, spending no time down here, and it will reject right away, or if it comes down here and it consolidates, most of the time it's gonna manipulate before it distributes. We'll see. This could be the attempt to get buyers involved. You don't want to be part of this emotional trap. This could be a trap right now. I mean, if you really ask yourself what has happened, nothing has happened. Not one thing that I said has happened that would make us get in. Could money have been made? Yes, money could be made right here in these candles, but my actual pattern's not here yet.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that one, Ken. I did make a little money on that, but I got out quick.
Yeah.
I was emotional, but I did get $200 out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I
cool.
mean, yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, man. You making perfect sense.
You see how that felt though when you went in there?
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man, 155. Oh, click.
Yeah, the thing looks like it's trying to take off without us, but you know what? If that's what happens, that's what happens. This is also still a very large range. Hold on, I gotta. Jay, can you mute your mic? Sounds like you're in a wind tunnel. Thank you very much. All right, so. Oh, by the way, we got our initial range in too, and that the low is the initial range. So y'all already know that when price comes back down to these areas here, we look for one specific thing typically at the initial range, and it is this or right, like that, something like this, right, where price turns around and goes the other way. So you know, at that area there, let me check the other ones. YM's going up, ES is going up pretty good. NASDAQ is trying to. I feel like it just wants to do one more little
push down.
Little weirdness. Yeah, little weird stuff first. Like, why not?
Yeah, let me log out of trade over 8. I'm gonna go to paper trading. I'm done for the day. I'm in profit. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and go to paper trading. We're gonna be disciplined.
Yeah, do it, man. Go for it. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching this thing go away. It's hard to sit there and watch it, you know, but especially thinking, oh, you know, I could have been in there, you know, it'd be up $1,000, but man, you gotta have something you can do every day over and over again. Otherwise it doesn't feel good, you know.
Yeah, and honestly, it feels good to win and, you know, see everything play out. But like, I like what you were saying about controlling your emotions and not, you know, wait for the right opportunity. You know, don't get ahead of what you think is gonna, you know, don't get ahead of yourself and let the trade come to you. Pretty much.
Exactly.
You know, instead of chasing it.
Yeah, a lot better that way. Yeah, look at that, man. It went right into it. But whatever. It might come back. It might come back and give us a little opportunity to get in there. You know, like I said, I just deleted it, but look, if I draw it back up, what I said is that if this low becomes a low and I drew all this stuff up, that's happening right here. Like this thing right here is happening right now. If I finish drawing it, what it looks like is this and it showed us at this point. It said, hey, I can go higher. I broke the structure. I can go higher. Watch me. And then you measure between here and here, and that entry is going to be like this. But I just got to see how much that is. See, that's too big on NASDAQ. You'd have to do it on MNQ or something. But the whole sequence, everything that I was talking about, this is the same exact thing right here. Once price comes back into here, there's a real good chance if it hits this 50% level, the chances of first of all, this is invalidation. If it goes lower than that, we don't want to be long at all. So it's location wise, it's good. Now we've come down, we've come up. We enter here. There's a good chance that we can come back up to there. It's very probable style trade, something that looks like that right here.
Another one of them speed signals just hit. Well, just entered. Yeah. It looked like it's headed down there.
Let's see it. Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah. You
Big
see
one.
it? Man.
I do see it.
Yeah, it's like you got double confirmation on it too. That's the crazy part.
It's against my bias, but yeah, you know what?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that thing gave you enough profit where you could play around with it anyways. Because dude, if you just took that, you just made damn near $250 already. Because this setup is. See, I need to add the contract size and stuff to it because this is too big. This is a this is like a $700 something trade right here. If you were to actually try to sell that and put your stop all the way up there, that's 36 points. It's big. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I mean, it could happen, but it's a big trade.
And I have a question. What's the difference between a micro and a mini, and is there one you prefer over the other?
Yes, so big difference. Micro is hold on, let me push this button here. There. Okay, so all right, you got your main thing. You got NASDAQ, you got the S&P 500, you've got Dow Jones, right? Those are your regular NQ, YM, ES, and those are your regular, futures symbols there. Well, those are minis. So you trade minis on those, and they have a certain contract value. They're worth a certain amount of money. And so now each of those, basically all of the super liquid markets also have a micro version. So, if you say, for example, NASDAQ, what is it, $20 a point or something, right? It's $20 a point. So for every 1 point, which is 4 ticks, so for every 1 point that NASDAQ moves, the contract value is $20. On micro, it's like $5, right? So it's just like divided down. It's like a small version of the main one, of the mini, right? And so that's all it is it's just it's easier, it's more flexible, it's set up for trader. I don't know whose idea it was, but it gives other traders access to NASDAQ without the having to trade a mini. And so what you can do if you need to or want to is you can look and you can see the like contract value. I have all of it listed on the website on the like position size calculator. If you scroll through them, it'll tell you the contracts, or the tick value and all that. But to fully answer your question, they are the exact same underlying asset. They are two completely different symbols. So trading volume is completely different, but they're very, very similar. I mean, if you put them next to each other, you're not even going to be able to tell the difference. They look exactly the same. The only difference is if you trade one micro, it's 50 cents per tick. So each ticket moves up, you're making or losing 50 cents. That's if you trade the micro version. If you trade the mini version, which is the regular NASDAQ, then it's $5 per tick up or down. So you could see how you could make or lose money a lot quicker. What is that called? MNQ is great for smaller accounts, right? So for smaller accounts, it's good. For smaller accounts, it's good because it gives you more flexibility. You can actually risk, $20 or $30 on a trade, where NASDAQ, you can't really risk $10 or $20 on a trade, because it's, if it moves for at 1 point, you're already, $20. But on micro, you get really, really, you can get really good with that. Now, the thing is with that, though, is that the fees will add up, right? So that's the only thing to think about is the fees on there.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We are moving down here. So the TP for that's looking good. The setup for my buy, wherever I drew that right here, it's in the red zone right now. So either, I don't know. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I don't know. That's what I'll tell you. I really don't know what it's going to do. I would like for it to go straight up and hit TP up there. That's what I'd like for it to do. But I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna sweep lows or not. First, it came down mid low. It consolidated. Normally, it sweeps lows. That's just the typical situation. It would normally sweep lows and then go up. So that's, unfortunately, that would be unfortunate for my buying situation here. But if you are buying, you could get out with nothing, little to no loss. There's been many opportunities for that. So you could either abandon the idea and watch and wait, or you can ride it out and do whatever you want. I am flat right now, so I was just talking about this. I didn't take the trade anyways. So I'm gonna wait until I see a clear poke below here, and then we'll go. My favorite trades, like this is cool. Yeah, it trended down forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and it finally broke overnight lows. That's cool and all, but what I really like is those quick, impulsive moves out. Just very quick moves out of the range, like this, like pop right back in, or pop right back in, an obvious area like that. When it's grinding down into these areas like this, I don't know. I just typically don't do as good. Like if it's grinding down, trending, I should say. If it's trending, think of it like a train. It takes a while for it to stop. And so jumping out in front of it, sometimes you can get lucky and you can make a little money. I do it all the time. I make a little money on these tiny little pullbacks here. But the thing is, I didn't think they were going to be a pullback. I thought that it was the full turnaround. I'm early a lot of times. And so yeah, that's why I prefer it to already have a very clear range like what we have here. And temporarily, I'm just going to get rid of this so we can get our mind off of it. But you can see that we have a clear range right in this area there. To me, that's more important than anything else. I can see that we broke the high right here. That's great. It showed me that it can go higher, and it's like a clue, if you will. But now seeing the range, it showed me it could go higher. What I would personally just expect by looking at this and how it's setting up is I'd expect it would do that first. Don't want it to, but it is what it is. It just didn't do this all fast enough. I mean, like when I say bam, 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 that's what I expect is showed me it could go higher, touched, and out of there. Not slow grind. There's too much. This is too slow. I mean, there's too much going on here. So. I'll be right back. I don't know if I was on mute this whole time, but we touched the low. We finally broke that low. I was talking.
You most
about it.
definitely were. I was listening for you to say something, and I came
I know,
back.
right?
In.
It's unfortunate because I'm narrating everything order flow on my other screen. I'm like, okay, and it swept the low here. Okay, and now we're up here. Okay, and now watch right here at 820, and then
That's terrible.
I'm like, okay, I'm like, man, everyone's really locked in.
Nobody's saying nothing, man. This is happening. No.
Yeah, I know.
Man, I walked in and came back and I was like, man.
I'm like $125.
You need a US. You need an on-air light. So when your mic is off, the on-air goes off. So you can look at the light and say, I'm on air right now, or I'm off it. Just a USB connection.
That's a brilliant idea, and that's what actually just told me that I was not on air, is because my mic has a little light on the end of it, but it's, it's kind
Needs
of
to be bigger.
it's kind of in the corner of my face, way over to the side, and so something caught my attention. I looked over and I said, "Is that a red light? That means I'm on mute." And sure enough, I was.
Yeah, if you look them up on Amazon, you can get them all sorts of different things that say on air, and on air, and then you just USB hook it into your computer, and whenever your mic is off or on, that light will go on and off. Big huge sign, 4 foot by 5 foot.
Yeah, I could go for that. What I was saying is that all things volume related are up at 925 right now. So I know, like what I've said about not trying to hold trades super duper long and things like that. So, I'm not encouraging people to try to aim for the fences. The most probable take profit is kind of where it's heading right now, where it's almost at is the 75, this old high right here, the range. But we do have a lot of volume things up in this area here. So we'll see. We shall see what it does. Man, that thing is lifting. I'm trailing. I'm just at this point, this is all free. I'm below the low of the candle, so on a 1 minute. So actually, there's a 15-second. Oh, I'm out. If I was about to go to the 1 minute, but I was on a 15-second. So all right, boom, got the TP. So this is not a bad area to look for sales, but I'm not gonna follow this through because I'm thinking that more. I think that we're gonna go up higher personally, just because like we did it. We did what we talked about essentially all morning. We never hit this area, but my idea was that if we go down here, we break these lows. Once we break these lows, by the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if price don't end up all the way back above overnight highs, or we go get that this afternoon. I'm not ever going to try to sit here and hold a trade all the way up there, just because I'm not going to sit here that long, and I don't expect that it would go there that fast. I don't know. It could, but maybe not. Maybe so. I don't know. But either way, that's my plan. That's my idea. We've had more than enough trades. I'm going to go ahead and just hop off of here because I've got my goal for the day. Ray.
Yeah.
Did you see that freaking TP, bro?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah. Like, wait, what? What have I created here?
The $676 TP?
Yeah, I'm talking about this one that's to the tick right here. It's the new thing, you know what I mean? Like look at.
Okay.
It gave an entry, and then it was like I was like, I don't know about that TP Ray, and then it just came right down to it. It passed it by 1 tick.
Yep.
I'm done.
That's
cool.
I
made 300.
Look, a sell is setting up right here as well. Look, so boom, there's that sell, and you would sell. I'm just explaining the strategy. You would sell right now, right? You could sell now. You could sell. You don't want to sell now. This is late. This is considered late. You sell above the entry or at the entry, not below it. That's considered late. And you see how doing it in areas like I just talked about actually selling in this area right here. I like that. You know, I like looking for a specific area. I know the indicator's going to spit out signals all over the place. I don't have to take those. It's my choice. If I see a key area and then because look, this indicator there's a couple things in this indicator that I've got, you know, like you'll see the you know, the name. I know it's a little confusing, speed/rates plus divergence, but just know that there's some divergence in here. So there's a reason, you know, divergence is very powerful when used the right way, and you guys know that. So you know, so when you get one of these at a key area where we would already think, hey, we might want to sell there. Oh, and we just got some bearish divergence. It might be a good idea. So could you win them? Yeah. Could you lose them? Yes, you could. Could you be up 99 points over the last 10 trades? Yes, you sure could be. And what did I say? 99 points. Let's see, 99 points for one contract. $1,900. Wait, no, that cannot be right. 99 points. Let me see. 1 point equals $20. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, because 50 is 1,000. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. So that's $2,000 in little speed rates trades today. So that's $2,000 in signals today, just over the last 10 trades on one account. You guys, that's if you used one account. That's if you used one contract. If you use two contracts, that's obviously $4,000. Or if you had two accounts, that's $3,000. If you had 20 accounts, if you had 20 accounts and you caught all 10 of the last 10 trades, you would have made $40,000 on those 100 points right there. We don't need all that. We don't need all that money. We just need to get a couple racks out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, yeah, that's good. I mean, you know what? I switched back to the 50K accounts. I don't know if it's just psychological, but man, I mean, it seems like I went back to the 50K evals, and I'm just doing better with those than I was doing with the $25,000 one.
Maybe you just feel like you have a little bit more room on the 50K. You know, that's why I went for the 300K. When I went and I got my 300K accounts, it was strictly because I wanted to have a lot of room, and I thought that the trailing stop never stopped trailing. You know, so I was like, in my mind, I was like, all right, you know, like I'm gonna need this buffer long into the future. So that's why I did that. But yeah, man, maybe it is psychological, and that's just that's just what it is.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad
hey,
to hear
you're gonna learn,
that.
right? So
yeah, and check this out, you guys. I don't know if you did it or not, but and I'm not gonna say I told you so anymore, but you know, we've been here for a few hours. Y'all got to start taking. It blows my mind. First of all, I'm gonna just say I'm proud of everybody that does show up. Right, like everybody that does show up, that wants to trade, that wants to move forward, wants to actually make long-term progress and steady progress, duplicatable systems. Congratulations, proud of all of you guys for showing up. But the amount of opportunities that we get in one day, is just mind blowing to me. And like this, I mean, it's just for free. Like I just said, this level, this was just created, and I drew it out and I said, price will either come down here and bounce off of it, right? Or it's going to go and it's going to do this. These are things that happen almost every single day. Not every day, but most days this happens. So why do anything else? If you're in the red right now, why do anything else except for just stick to the things that are most probable? And it's like a line, like how easy. It's a line. It wicked off of it. You could have just bought right here with your stop loss right below the low. That is a trading opportunity, and it's a very low risk trading opportunity. You could have just simply risked like this, and I do this every single day, 5 points. We're talking about, no money, basically, very, very little money. And, even if you trade it to up to the high, that's one thing like that, right? This is what we talked about, right? Is what we're looking at is these wherever I drew it up somewhere. And we had another winner just come through as well, you guys. So yeah, boom, 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 just like that. These are simple, but it just blows my mind how many we almost have too many opportunities, I could say, that are just good, high quality setups. I'm really, really happy with this.
Okay, Ken, one more question too before we get off, and I'm gonna exit as well. But
All right.
let's say we caught I logged out of my Tradeovate because I was done for the day. I had hit my. But if I would have still been in, let's say, on a PA account,
Yeah.
in that demand area, I catch it coming out of that demand area at the bottom after the second touchdown there, and I ride it back up past the neckline there up to the top, where it is now.
Mhm.
Over time, if you do that, and let's say you just catch massive profits on that, right? $2,000-$3,000. But let's say on a daily basis, you're only 150, 200, 150, 200. Does that hurt your consistency rate when it comes to being able to get a payout later on down the line? Because you took such a large profit on one trade, but on average, you're only you're doing $200 and $300 a day, maybe.
I
I mean, does that?
understand what you're saying. Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, yes and no. So the systems. What's going to happen is that's considered a windfall. I know you
Okay.
didn't do it on purpose, but Apex doesn't know that. Their system is automatically going to trigger you for a windfall, and now it's very smooth. And it's automatic. It's not like it used to be where now when you request your payout, there's a review done and it's a
Mhm.
surprise. It's like, oh. I'm ready for my payout. You put your payout request in, and then all of a sudden you get an email that says, sorry, you can't, whatever. That's it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So just keep trading, be consistent with your trading going forward, and then that just pretty much invalidates that day, and then you're ready to get paid when that time comes. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly that. Yep.
So it doesn't make you go back over to start over at zero.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
no, no, yeah. You won't fail. That's the thing. You won't
yeah.
fail. Nothing will happen at all. It's just you won't be eligible for the payout, and then again, they do say that stuff is reviewed on a case by case basis, but I don't see that actually happening myself, just because I've requested many payouts and I've seen how the whole flow works. I don't think that. I mean, maybe they're requesting. Maybe, maybe they are reviewing those, but it seems to be system generated. It seems to be completely system generated. It doesn't seem like it's a manual review. You guys. Here's another winner that we just got right here too.
Man, that 30 seconds is killing, ain't it?
I'm telling you, man, it's like I did it on the 1 minute and it was fine. And I really don't like it when I'm making a strategy and it seems to only work on one time frame. Like it's just in my head that it should work on any time frame. If I'm building a strategy, it should be liking it and it's helping you make money. I'll put more attention on it.
Yeah, I noticed it doesn't spit out as many signals on the 1 minute like it does on the 30-second.
Right.
From what I've seen, but I mean, for the most part, they were pretty good. There was a few that weren't that didn't pan out, but for the most part, man, the ones that did, especially when they were in those client demand areas, they seemed like they were working pretty good. So
yeah, if you'll use that indicator the way think about me and how I'm using an indicator. If y'all really want to have good success with an indicator that I have made, y'all know me pretty well. I mean, you've spent hours and hours with me. I think I streamed like 80 hours last month, so it was something crazy like that. So you guys kind of know who I am. You see how I trade, what I'm doing. When you're using one of my indicators, just try to think, like how would Ken be using this? Like think of it through my eyes. Like y'all know what I look for. You know what the type of markets are that I like to trade. And I'm telling you, if you will try to mirror my trading style, a lot of these indicators will make a lot more sense for you, because it's easy for me. If I see a bunch of signals, like if I'm just looking at the chart and I see a bunch of signals in this big stretch right here, like I don't know if you're looking at my screen or not, but I see all these signals stretching from here down to here. I know those are going to be in the results. I really don't care, and I don't really care to go review them and see how many won or how many lost, because knowing my trading style, it's unlikely that I would be trading during this period here. I didn't do it. Wasn't that just this morning? Yeah, that was this morning. I didn't trade during this time this morning. I normally sit this stuff out. I trade when it's sideways, when it's slower and more predictable. And that's where this indicator works really well. So, just remember that what I do, a lot of my testing where I'm going to find value in something is forward testing, meaning I'm going to have this on my charts and I'm going to watch it every single day at the exact same time for the most part every single day. And I'm going to be paying attention only. See, I'm not even at my desk right now. I don't maybe I don't know or not, but I walk around a lot. I'm a walker. I pace around and I walk around. I'm not even at my computer right now. Unless you see my mouse moving around, most likely I'm doing something else. Like when I talk, I walk. And so I'm not looking at the chart half of the time that I'm talking to you guys. I'm only looking at the chart when a market is in an inflection zone, some place where I'm anticipating something. And then I oftentimes will take a trade and walk away, because again, I don't like the psychological part of trading. I don't like to watch a trade and let any doubt sneak into my mind, because maybe I see a red can, I'm buying, and this or that happens. So that's why I like fast trades like this right here, how it just broke out of the high right here. I might sell it. Boom. I want to be out of that thing quick. And that, again, that is, you look at everything I do, that is how I trade. I remove myself from the emotions of trading by getting in and out of the market quickly and getting the heck away from it, And so think of that when you're using these indicators. Y'all know that I'm big on key areas. I only trade at certain areas. So when you're using my tools, think of it that way. Like, I know this sounds weird, but maybe